This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
This is the TellUS radio show, and I am your host, Siegfried Trues. Today's guest is Christa Nehls. Hello, Christa. Welcome in our show.
Hello, Siegfried. Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, Christa, let us talk about your first 11 interviews and give a short overview about the different person you have interviewed, please.
Oh, it was an interesting journey to start with ourselves, with the two of us, and telling a little bit about what we are planning to do, and then moving to all the people like Hans-Jürgen as the heart coach with his people who were encouraged in their living, with Astrid in neuropsychology, and my friend Petra thinking about women in career during the last decades, how things changed and returned back to the old things. Talking with Katrin about courage for new ways, being brave to think about new things and to move ahead. And who else do we have? My goodness, it's been 11 interviews.
Okay, we can talk later about all the person in single. Christa, our motto, we open a door to a better planet. How fit the interview partner in this motto? And please tell us more about your vision and mission and why you say, I will heal the world.
Yeah, I will heal the world. That's this motto I own for 4 years now. I had it before, but I wasn't able to put it into these words. It's so important for me to save this planet, to have this planet a good planet for the people and all creatures to live on, and all creatures to live in harmony and be together and do not exploit each other and do not exploit Mother Earth. This is one important thing, and this finally leads to a door to a better planet. And that's why we had all these interview partners. It was really important to get impressions, impulses, and ideas of how we can live another life, a different life, a better life. And
Christa,
that's the goal I follow. Yep.
Yes. Remember, several days ago, we had a discussion, a warm-up round in our Toastmasters International Club, and Martin asked, and everybody has to answer the question, what would you do to make a better planet? You remember?
Very vague. I remember the question, and I know that a lot of people answered something about communication, something about behaving better, being more careful with the resources, and so on. But maybe you can help me out.
Oh, yes. So we had a discussion and several points. Maybe I will start by myself. I cannot do do anything by myself. Only the group can do it, or the politic can do it. And What is your thinking about this and politic or personal start to heal the world, to make a better planet? What can I do by myself, for myself? How can everybody start and maybe to follow the rules to help people around us to heal the world, to start with all the good stuff around in our neighborhood, maybe.
Yep. Now I've got it. We had a great discussion about it's only the group or it's only politics who can change something. But my personal opinion is if I do not start with myself, there is no chance at all. I have to start with myself. I finally have to inspire others, and then you can form a group. And when you have a group with new ideas, you're stronger because the sum of all the people is more than all the individuals. And this is the important part, being strong together, coming together and finding people who are like-minded and go ahead, and then you can change things and change the world. It's not about politics, it's about the people.
Yeah, I think so. I can start. I can start with my own, in my own rooms, with my thinking and with my what can I do every day? I can start. So I think we can talk more about this after the short break. So I am Siegfried Reeves, and we will be right back after this commercial break. You are listening to the TellUS radio show on the X Zone Broadcast Network. www.xzbn.net.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
I am Dr. Carl O'Helvey, founder, president of a new cancer foundation focusing on evidence-based physical, mental, and spiritual interventions, including natural cancer cures, prayer, meditation, affirmations, nutrition, and other related holistic cancer prevention and cure modalities. These are used in cancer education, research, and financing care. I ask for your help to continue this important work by donating at www.holisticcancerfoundation.com.
Hello, I'm Pete Marsh. With my daughter Justina, we will be presenting the new radio show, Too Good to Be True. If something seems too good to be true, it usually is. But with the help of Justina's amazing gifts, we're going to gain insight into questions that don't yet have complete answers. Have you wondered who built Stonehenge and for what reason? Why are crop circles found in the same region as Stonehenge and elsewhere? Are crop circles a hoax, or are they created with technologies that we have little knowledge of? Who built the pyramids in Egypt and also in other countries? How and why were they built? Was the Titanic switched with the Britannic as part of a gigantic insurance fraud, or for more insidious reasons? What caused the Tunguska event when trees were flattened over an 800 square mile area in Siberia? Will the new insights be too good to be true? Well, that will depend on what you are prepared to believe. Please join us as we start on this journey together. For more information on Too Good to Be True, visit www.xzbn.net.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.
This is the TellUS radio show, and I'm your host, Siegfried Roos. My guest is Christa Nehls. Welcome back, Christa.
Hello, Siegfried. Let's have a great talk and continue it.
Yeah, we talk about heal the world, open a door to a better planet. This is our motto from TellUS. TellUS, Mother Earth, the Holy Godness. And I remember, so the interview partner everyone asked, why do you want to have me in your radio show? What is so important? I have to talk? I have to say nothing. Why is it so important to have maybe Christoph Specht in our show?
Oh, because he is a person who makes this world a better place. He's not directly healing the world, but he's contributing. He's doing things to support people getting maybe a toilet for a school. And he is doing great work in developing other countries and supporting them, challenging them to help themselves. And this is what TellUS is looking for. TellUS wants to show the people who are changing this world, who are contributing to make this planet a good world, and that we give a good heritage to our children.
And I remember Christoph is a traveler. He travels around the world. Why? Why does he travel maybe to Africa?
Yeah, because
he
likes to see other places. He likes to meet people in different cultures. He's traveling to Africa, to Asia, to South America, and he loves to meet the people because he says, when I understand the people, when I meet the people, I'm able to contribute. And that's the point. And that's the point with all the other interview partners.
Okay, if I ask you, Christa, why do you want to have me in your show? What's the reason? What do you say to me?
Because
if I ask you.
Because I'm convinced that you are a contributor. You give your best to this world to make it a better place. And it's not about advertising, not about whatever you can think of. It's about contributing. Beitragen.
Nobody know me. Nobody know who I am, and I have to say nothing, Christa. So I think this is the next part. And I remember the interview with Katrin. With Katrin, it was a really nice talk, a nice interview, because of you talk about courage and mood.
Yeah. Yes, people need courage to change something, because we all fear change because we do not know what will happen afterwards, how the world might look afterwards, how your environment might look afterwards. And so you need a lot of courage for yourself to change something. And that's all about.
That's
change.
all about change and courage and encouraging. And I know, Christa, you are a person who has who help people to be encouraged to do things. So I remember this a talk with Katrin. It was about courage, encourage people to do a marathon around the Lake of Constance. And I know it is more than 65 kilometer or more, I think more 180 in total. You have to run in 4 days. What's the reason why? And if I do, I think I cannot do this. Please, what would you say to me to encourage me to do this crazy thing?
Crazy thing, yes. First of all, you have to find out, is there anything in yourself that makes you wanting to move with the people, to move maybe on a marathon around Lake Constance? And if there's anything deep down in yourself, you have to feel that. You have to go for that point. And when you have found it, then you have a reason. And if you know the reason, you can do something. And finally, it's not important to do the whole marathon or to do the whole trip around Lake Constance of more than 100 miles. Now, it's important to start, and it's important to see how far can you go. It's not important to have the whole way. Just start. And if you do 1 mile or if you do 2 miles, what the heck? You have started and you have done it. And this is the important thing. And you can use this method with all and everything. If there are people who fear to apply for a job, you can help them. You can go step by step. If you have people who fear to talk to others, let them start with you. And whatever you can think of, it's important to start.
Encouraging people, it's not so easy because we have similar. I can say good words to a person, or you have it looks beautiful. You have do a good thing. Or what is the difference between I know the praise or to encourage people? I think it's a small line between.
No,
How
it's
can
a huge line.
Understand?
There is a big line in between. If you praise, you usually go onto something a person did, and this can be disconnected from the person. But if you encourage the person, you encourage the character, not what the character is doing. And this is the important difference.
Okay, encouraging people and heal the world or to open a door to a better planet. How can we bring it together and to start? And maybe if I say I can not do anything to heal the world, I'm a small light in the world. I'm a single person. I have no money. I have no political influence. I have no influence to people around me. Why should I start with to heal the world. And what can I say to person, or what would you say to person to encourage them to start with small things? Because I remember I say in the warm-up round, Toastmasters, I have to start with myself. I can start with small things, with little things, and can talk about and I can bring it out to the people around me, and so I have a multiplicator, so I can multiplicate 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So this is the mathematic.
Mhm.
What can I say to person?
Let's go back for
encourage them?
3 years. Maybe you remember we sat together at the table and I was planning a seminar. And you came along with your self-love book. And I knew what you did, and I knew what you did with your body and training each other. And then I, out of a sudden, said, okay, I have 4 blocks for that seminar for that day. I decided that you might do number 3 during that day, and you said no. And it took a few moments more, and then you looked at me and said, no, but yes, sure, you believe in me, so I can do it. And this is a part, if you give the person that's on the other side, that's in front of you, if you give the person the feeling that you believe in them, that you believe in him or her, they can start slowly to believe in themselves. And then they become stronger and stronger and stronger, and they change. So encouraging
Yes,
is believing in others.
I remember you say jump in and do. I need you.
Mhm.
And I jump in, and we had a great weekend, I know. And we are good prepared. We had our book. We have seminar book and my book about self-love. There's a courage. There's a coaching program after the seminar for 50 days to become more self-esteem, self-love, and what I need to improve myself, my mindset, my everything I need. This is a basic. I think the basic for me was self-love, so I can start everything. If I love myself, I do everything, and I'm not paying for new things. I only jump in the next steps, and I think this is encouraging. I remember last week we talked about a coaching, and you write the word. I encourage the person to do something. What is the resonance from the department in Germany? What was it?
Oh, you mean that telephone interview?
Yes, a telephone interview with the
Yes, I dared to
agency.
encourage. I dared to encourage a young guy of 27 years to live his life. I encouraged him and told him, "Listen, you have 40 years ahead until you get your pension in Germany. It's 40 years, so go ahead, try to learn as much as you can, and try to tell the institutions." I want that. Give me support. Don't stop me. I got a call from the institutions and they said, how can you dare to encourage that person? And I was shocked.
I know. I see you on this evening. We talk about, and you are really angry about this
Yeah.
sentence from the person from the agency, and I know you have studies individual psychology, Theo Schönacker. So Theo Schönacker is, I think he starts with the encouraging, and he creates different rules and a concept what to encourage young people, children, or us. And I think this Theo Schönacker's the concept is a really good concept to help people to become more self-esteem, to become to start as a child and to be encouraged to do something. And I remember my childhood, it was not encouraged. I hear from my dad, you cannot do this, you cannot do this, this is not for you. And I think we talk about in a short break about Theo Schonaka.
Yep.
So I am Siegfried Reeves, and we will be right back after this commercial break. You are listening to the TellUS radio show on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net.
Hi, I'm Gwilda Wiyaka, and I want to tell you about a great provision for those interested in spiritual evolution and personal empowerment. Find Your Path Home Shamanic Art Center is your resource for reliable, leading-edge information, education, and healing, offering our brand-new online galactic shamanism classes, long-distance shamanic healing performed by Path Home Shamanic Art School certified shamanic practitioners, and the Science of Magic's topic-driven radio episode collections, where I interview today's leading experts on science and magic. All of this designed to inform, support, and empower you through these changing times. Visit us in all we have to offer at findyourpathhome.com. That's findyourpathhome.com.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
How would you like to be able to read other people's minds? Well, the next best thing is here. When you know how to read a person's name, you know how the person thinks, feels, and behaves. Each letter in our name holds a key to unlock our true essence. Our name contains both our gifts and challenges in this lifetime. Mnemology science discovers personality secrets hidden in the placement of the letters of our names, including the first and last impression people remember about us. Sharon shows us how to interpret the arrangement of letters as outlined in her book, Know the Name, Know the Person. Sharon Lynn Wyeth created mnemology science after 18 years of research and testing her theories, and has supported thousands of people around the world in understanding themselves and others better. You'll enjoy Sharon's unique teachings as she shares her system to learn the gifts behind your given birth name. Even if you don't like your birth name, there are jewels in this book. If you're thinking of changing your name, ready to name your child, or wanting to get along better with others, this is the book for you. If you'd like to improve your relationships and change your life for the better, get the book today, Know the Name, Know the Person, or visit www.knowthename.com. That's www.knowthename.com.
Hello, I'm Justina Marsh, and with my dad Pete, we are going to present a new show called Too Good to Be True. Together, we are aiming to discover more truths about this world and beyond. Do you have unanswered questions about the world? Do you ever wonder about aliens, conspiracy theories, or the universe? There are many shows discussing subjects such as pyramids or UFOs, but we want to relay this information based on our own research, including from spiritual means. Hopefully, listeners will be helped with their own beliefs and will appreciate the psychic insights that add to the previous research and information. We both look forward to sharing this insight and beginning this journey with our listeners. Visit xzbn.net for more information about when to listen.
This is a TellUS radio show, and I'm your host, Siegfried Reeves. Today's guest is Christa. Hi, Christa. Welcome back.
Hi, Siegfried. Let's
You
see
remember,
what...
we talk about, yes. I want to know more, and I think our listener want to know more about Theo Schönacker, who he is and what he has done with the encouraging concept.
Yeah, first I have 2 or 3 sentences about individual psychology. It's an important modern old psychology by Alfred Adler, and his followers were Rudolf Dreikurs, very well known in the United States, and his daughter Eva Ferguson Dreikurs, at the moment at ICASI in, I think Vancouver, something like that. And one of the basic things in individual psychology is that humans are social beings and they cannot be alone. And from this was developed, they need to be encouraged. People need to be encouraged so they can contribute to society, contribute to actions and whatever happens around in this world. And in Germany, Rudolf Dreikurs and Alfred Adler left Austria, Vienna. And in Germany, there was in the 60s Theo Schönacker. And he started with, what's it called? Stuttering, I think. And he was a person who helped these people to improve their use of language. And during the 70s and 80s, he found out that it's so important to encourage the people. And from encouraging, they became more self-confident, and a lot of them were able and capable to change their language forever and be stutter-free. And there were other people in Germany who did a lot about encouraging. But Theo was the one who decided to create a training on that. It was called encouraging training, and Theo was from the Netherlands, Dutch person, but he could convince the Germans to listen to him and to work with him, and that was a great, great thing what he created. And he has written a book about that. He has written several books, how to encourage people and what it does mean. And there are 11 basic things that you need to encourage. And the result is that you always have to keep in mind encouragement is a well said thing. But if you really want to encourage, you have to look what's arriving at the person you're trying to encourage. Because it's not what you are saying, it's what is arriving the other person.
Okay, in the beginning you say we are not born to live alone. I remember the interview with Astrid. Astrid told us we are not born to live together. We are not born and we cannot speak and understand each other. So how can I understand these different things? You say we are not born to live alone, and Astrid say we are not born to talk and to understand.
Yeah, that's not a real big difference. Humans are not born to live alone. They are social beings. And most of the animals are social beings. They are used to live with others. And what Astrid said was, we learn from the basic that we talk and we are not able to listen. And we have to learn to communicate. And this is what should happen during your lifetime, best in your early days of your life. So this is not in contradiction, but encouraging means to listening to people, understanding people, seeing how they move and how they behave. And that's a kind of communication.
How can we learn to communicate together? I remember our talk together about TellUS TV and storytelling. Is this a way to learn to communicate and to understand each other better than only words? Storytelling?
Yes, yes. When I train that with people to communicate well, the first thing is to listen to the other one. I put people together, they sit back to back, and one has a picture in front and describes the picture. And the other person who cannot see the picture should be able to understand what is described, just listening. It's allowed to have a sketch of it. And after 2 or 3 minutes, they turn around, look at the picture, and compare what arrived of all the information on the other side. And this is really interesting. You can see who is able to listen and who is not.
And I know pictures and stories are the best way to teach or to coach people who don't understand the language, the new language. I remember all the migrants I have in coaching. I have coached all the migrants and the refugees. I give German courses, and I remember all the best thing is to describe a word is to tell a story, to paint a picture in the brain, to understand and to help to understand.
I remember one day I had a lady to teach in German, and she asked, "What is that? Stumble. I do not understand the word." And I tried to tell her a story. She did not understand. And finally, I got up, I walked through the room, said nothing, and then there was an imaginary big stone, and I stumbled and I fell, and I got up and looked very angry at that stone. And then she understood. So a story is not only telling with words, it's showing with movement and gestures. It's pictures then.
Pictures with storytelling, with body language, with different words. Yes, I know, I remember. I do the same every day at the moment. Right. Okay, so what has everything encouraging and storytelling and to help to open a door to a better planet and TellUS TV with our heart? I remember my interview with Sabine about the heart energy, and I think the interview with Dr. David Kruder about anger management is similar, the same. It's all about energy.
It's about energy, and it's about energy which is directed or which is just spreaded. And energy can be a lot of things. It's not only like electric current. Energy is just thinking, can be energy. And energy can be controlling others, controlling yourself. It's all energy. And what we are doing or what I do is when I say I want to heal the world, is creating a new energy that gives a positive feeling and that supports and inspires to think new thoughts.
New thoughts are the best word, because we have to think about what we are thinking, because with our thoughts we can change our mind, our mindset, and our heart energy, and everything we can change with our thinking, with our thoughts. And you know Doc Childre, you know the Heart Math Institute, you know about the high energy level from our heart, and what with HRV, with the heart great variability, what it has to do with our energy and with our being as a human, with a positive energy or with a negative energy. And the anger management and the I remember your story with Vettel during the Formula One race. His reaction is only it was a negative reaction because he has not anger management. He is only doing.
He just lived. He just lived
Yes.
without control. And that was okay for the moment, not for the consequences. But if you're aware of the consequences and you say, I can bear them, I can live with them, so what? You can do whatever you want. It's quite a lot about understanding and, bearing the consequences.
And Dr. David Gruder, your interview with him, what was the important thing, what you remember on?
There is no anger management.
Why?
During, I think, thousands of years, we always thought we can control each other. We can control us and control our behavior. But finally, it's not true. If you do that, it will come out of a sudden even stronger. And that's not what's necessary. It's just to prevent living in anger.
And I remember there are 4 steps. Dr. David Gruder talk about 4 steps in anger and anger management. What are the 4 steps?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
I have to look them up.
Okay, that's not a problem.
There's such a lot of information in my head. I'm not able to recount them all.
I think every person who is interested in the anger management from Dr. David Gruder can listen to the radio interview with him. This is a really interesting interview.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Let us talk about heart energy. Why is it so important to have a positive heart energy for me and for the person around me?
Because the heart energy is much, 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 much stronger than the energy from our brain. I'm not certain, but it's several thousand times stronger than the energy from the brain. And you can radiate your heart energy and people will feel it. You can soothe children with that.
I think our heart energy is 6,000 times stronger than our brain energy. So, Christa, I think after the next short break, we will talk about LIELISA. And this is a TellUS radio show. I am Siegfried Ruß, and I will be back right after this commercial break. You are listening to the TellUS radio show on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net.
Are you curious? Do you want to learn more about how the world works and have fun at the same time? Study coincidences with me, Dr. Bernie Beitman, MD, on my Connecting with Coincidence radio show here on the XZBN network. Listen to Jungians theorize, statisticians randomize, true believers evangelize, while I categorize. I dance to the rhythm of coincidences. People who experience me see more of them. Maybe something on the show matches a thought in your mind. Let us know. Expand your mind to the weirdness happening around you. Synchronicity spoken here, there, and everywhere. For more information, put Connecting with Coincidence in your search engine and find my website, my social media sites, and my blog.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
True healing must address 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, for us to live joyful and productive lives. We tend to treat 3 of the 4, leaving the spiritual languishing. If you're tired of the same dysfunctional patterns cropping up in your life, Soul Balancing is for you. Trixie Phelps, owner and founder of Soul Balancing, is a naturally gifted energy healer trained in numerous esoteric forms, including shamanism. Trixie has created a powerful modality that safely and effectively clears your energetic field. A soul balancing session can remove interference, heal trauma, and restore your hope. Contact Trixie for a life-changing long-distance session today, www.soulbalancing.world. There's a legend shared by many indigenous cultures of a time when the nations were cast to the 4 corners of the world. Each nation was given a body of sacred knowledge that held a different portion of the truth to preserve. True reality could not be known until all the nations reunited, combining the information. If a single one was missing, the world could not be reborn and darkness would prevail. The Science of Magic Radio is dedicated to reuniting the sacred knowledge. With the understanding, none of us has all the answers, but together we can open new perceptions and possibilities. Through our combined vision, the world can be reborn into a place where darkness no longer prevails. Join me, Gwilda Wiyaka, and the Science of Magic daily on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, xzbn.net, or visit us at thescienceofmagic.net.
This is the TellUS radio show, and I'm your host, Siegfried Ruß. Today's guest is Christa. Hello, Christa.
Hello, Siegfried. Nice to hear you again.
Yes. Christa, we talk about Theo Schönacker, about encouraging, about heart mass and heart energy and anger management. And I think we have to talk about Lisa, your Lisa method. I remember you created the Lisa method during your study by Theo Schönacker, and I remember we talked about, and I said to you, the Lisa has to be the AIDA of the personal development.
Yes, and that was a great idea. I never thought of that, because I always think I'm not a good salesperson and not a good marketing person. But remembering Lisa stands for listen, identify, solve, and act. And this is very helpful for leading people to a new life, to new ways, and to support them and encourage them to take that way, to move on that path.
Yeah, I remember. So the listen is the first part. It seems 80% of this method is to listen. I can, in a coaching, can I listen to the person I coach? And if I do a self-coaching, I have to listen to myself, to my heart, to my brain. And I think you have to, we can talk about your interview with Petra. And I remember you talk about childs, and your decision was to have no childs. And I think it was a decision you had. It's not from one day to the next day. It is a long process to do a decision like this. I think you have to listen to yourself. Why? Or not?
Yes, sure. You have to listen to yourself when regarding children, if you want to have children or not, and you have to look at your situation. And during that time when the idea of children came into or our way, Petra and me, we found out that we were well settled in good jobs, and the jobs finally did not allow to stay away from the job for a long time. And there was no support like kindergartens or nannies or whatever. During that time, it was too early for that when we had to make the decision. And finally, during this listening to ourselves and finding the arguments and understanding the pros and cons, the final decision was not to have children.
Okay, I think this was a life-changing decision. And what can I do every day in the single moments to use the Lisa method? And I remember we talk about the Lisa, the listen to myself, what I want to do, really, and to understand what is the meaning about, what can I do if maybe it was a wrong decision, or it's not a wrong decision because I have to do a decision, I have to do it for myself because another person comes and do it for me. This is not the right way to change everything. And listen and inspiring and surgery and action. So give us a short insight. What's the reason why you create the Lisa method?
I created it because it was useful during my work as a coach and as a trainer. When you're working with people who come to you and they say they have an issue in their life and they want to solve it, you have to find out what's the issue. You can only do that by listening with all your senses, not only with your ears, with all your senses, with your ears, with your heart, with your body, with your eyes. You listen with all your parts and you put a picture together. And when you've understood who's in front of you and you have lived all the empathy that's possible, then you can talk with that person and find out what's their real goal. What's the goal? What's driving them? What's driving them? What's inside? What's going on? And if you've found that, you're in the middle of the second step, identify the issue, and you can go to the third step. So the steps become shorter and shorter. And the third step is finally, okay, it takes some time because you need the right solution. But when you're a good coach or a good psychologist, you recognize when your client has found the right solution. You can see it from the whole body, and then you can start acting, and then it's done. You only have to support while repeating and repeating. If you do not repeat, you have no chance that there will be a manifestation of this new thing your client wants.
How much time do I need to do the 4 steps?
It depends. I have to be honest, it depends. Now, it varies from person to person. We are individuals, and every individual takes its own time. There are people, I've had people, it took them 2 hours and they were done. And I had people who didn't learn after 50 hours. So you have to check out.
Yeah, I remember we talk about Lisa, and I say every person can use it. Every person, it's not about what you are. So maybe your job. I say a salesperson can use it because Lisa, AIDA's attention, interest, desire, action. AIDA, this marketing method. And Lisa, as a salesperson, as a coach, the main thing is to listen. I say every person can use the Lisa method because if you remember, 80% is listening. And I remember as a salesperson, in my first beginning as a salesperson, I talk 80%, and maybe after 5 or 6 years, I learned to listen 80%. So the Lisa method is a coaching method. I can coach myself. I can coach every person around me. I can maybe use it in the family. I can use it in my job as a salesperson, whatever. Because listening is the main important thing, to listen and understand what the person wants to say. And if I don't understand, I have to ask, what do you mean by that? And I remember every day, if we coach, when we coach our persons, the migrants, the refugees, or the Germans, and we have to say, if you don't understand, please ask. You have to ask. I don't know. Please ask. Is it right?
Oh, yes, that's right. And they have an issue with the different cultures. There are cultures who do not allow to ask because they are stupid then. They have a stigma then. And you have to tell them that it's okay to ask, and you have to give them the permission to ask and encourage them to ask.
Yeah, this is the right way. This is the best way to encourage them to say, please ask. So we don't understand. We have to ask. And this is what we have to learn. So I have to learn, we have to learn, every person have to learn to listen. And if I don't understand, I have to ask. Because the person next to me, he don't know. The person don't know. I understand nothing what he say. If I don't ask, it's the best way. Also, I think, oh, you understand? Perfect. Go ahead. And so we have to ask, to learn to ask. What can we do to help the people around us to learn to ask the right question, or to encourage to ask?
It's, again, listening. When you're working with these people, it's important to listen, and then you understand if they listen and understand. And if you see that, if you feel that, you can ask for yourself and ask them, did you get that? Could you repeat that? How would you do that? So you can focus on that, what you see and what you feel.
Yes, you are right. And I think the main or the important thing is to learn to ask the right question. The marketing is the same. It's not the answer. The right question, the $1 million question, is the important sing. So, join me, Siegfried Roos, next week on the TellUS radio show on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, www.xcbn.net.